All right, everyone. This is Brian Smith going to give you a few thoughts after the hard fought but unfortunate last moment loss to Navy today, a game in which UCF led by double digits even in the second half, but a handful of plays just absolutely catapulted the Midshipmen past UCF. I'm going to go into more depth with that on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, because it's quite frankly very complex stuff with the option, and fortunately you only have to play once and that's it. But it still relates to a few things. I'll get into the defense a little more tomorrow and then again on Monday, because it's a complex and now a trending problem with exactly what's going on there. But a couple of points. First off, Mikey Keene is one of the most extremely calm and even-keeled players that I've seen at that position for an 18-year-old ever. I've been watching college football since the early to mid 1980s, and I can tell you what, that is not a normal young man. Even the throw at the end, while it was risky, earlier in the game, he would not have made that pass. He proved, even on the last drive, check down, check down, check down. He is very savvy. This is not a normal quarterback. UCF was pretty conservative on how they allowed him to attack, and Navy was pretty conservative as well with their defensive approach after he, on the very first play, had the ball, scored a touchdown. Nice strike on a run pass option kind of deal. And that looked like the way it was going to roll. And then UCF just didn't capitalize quite enough, maybe not in sync here or there, but more of it was on the defense and the special teams today. There's no other way around it. Defense gave up well over 300 yards rushing. 3 yards became 4, 4 yards became 5, 5 became 7, and it was just an avalanche. In the fourth quarter, Navy just did whatever they wanted pretty much to UCF. And unfortunately, the 2 touchdowns to Brandon Johnson, he also had the fumble near midfield. You just can't have that. Block punt for a touchdown, missed extra point. UCF shot itself in the foot. Sorry for the overused term, but they did. They're so much better than Navy, it's not even competitive. Navy outcoached UCF in certain aspects. They got lucky a couple times, but overall, UCF just didn't make plays in the basic sense. You cannot give extra possessions to an option team, ever. You're going to get fewer plays. UCF ran just about 50 plays. Navy ran like 80. That's just a terrible statistic. So with that being said, please consider the following. UCF didn't play with Bowser. They didn't play with Jalen. I didn't see Tatum Bethune out there. The list was pretty long. Ricky Barber. That's the other part. It's really hard for me to grade film, and I'm a really negative guy when it grades film. I'm very critical. But how do you grade it when you don't have all these guys in? That's the other aspect I was disappointed with. I didn't know what to do even while I was writing notes during the entire game. This player would have been here. This player would have been there. Quadric Bowler played well at times and this and that, but there would have been plays he didn't even have to make had people been healthy. This is a very frustrating part of college football. Injuries. I am often asked in July and August, hey, which team or teams do you think has a chance to knock off Alabama or Clemson or whatever this year? My answer is always the same. Well, tell me which team's going to stay healthy. What do you mean? Well, that's the number one indicator of who wins it. Nobody likes hearing that. It's true. Football is war of attrition. Violent chess. That's my old phrase. I use it all the time. It is violent chess. And right now, the chess pieces are falling off the board for UCF in a physical manner that you just can't do anything about. The good news is Matthew Lee in the lineup, the offensive line played well. They did a nice job with protections. Keene did a pretty good job understanding what's going on, even more than I thought, based on all the intel I really went after. Impressed with that young man. Really am. I thought Malzahn and Kenny and everybody, they called a good game for him. Just not enough execution with what they had. It's a trial by fire. You can't put him in front of live bullets in practice. He can't get touched, like literally. If you touch a quarterback, a starting quarterback in college, you might get screamed at or have to run laps. And I'm not exaggerating at all. It's different when you get hit. There was a few stretches where Keene wasn't perfect, probably missed some things. I wasn't in the booth today because I didn't go to the road game. And when you're in the booth, you can see the coverages. TV is terrible for knowing what's really going on the field. That being stated, Keene threw the ball well. His arm strength's even better than what I thought. And most importantly, he made good decisions. Threw it away, ran up inside the pocket, then would flush out to the side if it wasn't there. Just toss it in the stand. He plays like a 28-year-old, not an 18-year-old. To play 10 years your senior, one season removed from high school, is insane. They have a future with Mikey Keene. One last point, then I'll get out of here. I liked the Joey Gatewood package, although I was a little surprised by the attempted pass down at the end when they got the ball inside the 15. I thought they were going to score. If you're going to bring him in, just run the ball. He was just beating the bejesus out of them. That guy is a hammer. Just run it. If you get 3 or 4 yards, it's okay. That was the only play call of the game that I didn't like at all. I mean, you're never going to be perfect. And, of course, if he throws a play-action touchdown or whatever, they're a genius. They took a chance and it didn't work. That part I'm okay with. The outside run to Amari and all that complicated that because it made it 3rd and long, etc. But UCF comes up short, 34-30. Very hard-fought game and one that UCF probably should have won by 2 or 3 touchdowns. Just little things here and there. And, again, the defense, a lot to talk about. So I'll address the offense and the defense tomorrow individually. I've got an article that I had about 90% of the way done, and then the 4th quarter happened. I have to completely readjust that. I'll just openly admit it. I'm not sure how to really write it in a sense now about Keene beyond what I just said about him. He's a very, very good player for his age. But everybody be safe. Have a happy rest of your Saturday, and I will see you soon.